No complaints here about tonight. A good night at the office. A huge shock to end the evening. Flash Fly was claimed. Somebody was doing their homework because she was probably worth that. But not as a racehorse, but most definitely as a broodmare. A smart claim. I'm not really sure. I know Davey Beachy had called asking about her. Whoever claimed her, as I said, did their homework. And good for them. It was good for us. It was good for them. We were never going to keep her as a broodmare, and quite frankly, when you extrapolate tonight's price with training and vet and shipping and sale proceeds and sale costs, probably a pretty good seller's price for her tonight. So not a bad job at the office tonight. Selling, oh my lord, selling, racing. A hell of a night at the office racing. Started with Westland Warriors qualifier. That's a great qualifier. Second and 57 and 4 in the mud. Now I don't know what they charted it, but it was definitely not fast. He raced very, very well. Not a little pacey down the lane, but that's okay. He was just shot recently, and we got to do a little bet work on him. What he did show is that he can race here, and especially after Flashfly's race, that went 2-2 and 1, 2-2 and 2, 4 full seconds. Four full seconds and a fifth of a second. He trotted faster than the maiden in the last race tonight. I think he'll be just fine next week. Now, obviously, Amy and I are off to Lexington next week, so we'll be spectators like everybody else. But it's setting up for a pretty good week. I was rather happy with what I saw from Westland Warrior. No free lunch, although we sold him at the sale yesterday. Stacy ended up buying him, and a couple of our clients stayed involved. So although he's outside the stable now, I will mention him tonight because he raced well, finished third. So good for Stacy and for Daryl and his crew and Johnny. I was really happy for them. Goodness, it's raining right now. That was the one thing we were the most lucky of. We had a great night at the track. I really lucked out with the weather. Man, it's raining now. It rained a little bit off and on all afternoon, but didn't rain during the races, and was very, very fortunate in that regard. Next up, Fire and Shine. She really wowed me tonight. She was so surprisingly good. She's just been relatively ineffective all summer in positions to do good. That one start with Brett, she looked amazing, but really has not duplicated that mile at all. The one time I tried to leave with her a few starts ago, she made a break. We could get her up behind the gate, school her, get her used to the gate a little bit more. And then I timed it in with her tonight, got away really well, got away in behind the favorite, I believe. And just sat there and stalked him, and when push came to shove coming out of the turn, she raced rather well. I was really, really impressed with Fire and Shine. Now, that's her last start of the year. She's going out to the field. We'll bring her back around, back to the races for the last part of the year, if not the 1st of January. And we'll race her at that point. Man, she showed some real pop tonight. I was really, really impressed with her overall work tonight at the track. So we started off great. Westland Warrior qualified good. No free lunches third. Fire and Shine wins. Like what with Alexander, she's expected to win at 1-5. Now she didn't win like a 1-5 horse, but she didn't get out her knee overly bad. Maybe a couple little picks here and there. Certainly nothing like the last time we raced her in Scioto. A little flat tonight. Jason Merriman told me after he thought that maybe her coughing once this afternoon, but there's no mucus. She ate her lunch, no temperature, warmed up good, but maybe worth a little more investigating tomorrow. We'll draw her blood, maybe even have the vet scope her if he feels the need to tomorrow morning. But two pacing fillies we are hopeful for tonight. One was actually a long shot, a winner, and the second one a favorite, and also a winner. So great job done by them. Really happy that the fillies took marks the last start of the year for Fire and Shine, and we have one more start, and that being the consolation of the Buckeye for Rose Run Alexandra. Chime Bell was good. I'm almost tempted to put the hobbles on Chime Bell. She's not quite as useful in the straightaways. She was very strong her first start, and I kept her bottled up down the lane. She was okay, but she was rough tonight. Can't really put my finger on it. I can't help but think the hobbles might help her. I want to talk to Jason a little bit more about it, but I'm almost tempted just to throw them on her for next week. Today's Wednesday, Thursday easy day, Friday jog. Maybe Saturday to put the hobbles on her and go slow mile and see how she feels. Maybe we will. I don't know yet. So we're having a fantastic night. We have a third, 2 wins, a second. I come off the track, look at the TV, Rock Shining Star is a winner. Now, Jason said he was on the line a little rough in the last turn, more than he thought he should be. Maybe we'll have Dr. Latessa look at him. Sometimes when you really dig down deep and race your butt off the way he did last week, it takes its toll. So a very good winner tonight, but I can't help but think that maybe he needs a little veterinarian attention for next week. George of the Jungle was scratched tonight. Obviously, you guys know he's in Friday in the Grassroots Consolation. Made more sense to race him in there, going for really good money, than to race him out of the 7-hole tonight in Grand River. So that's our plan with him. Now, with the last 3 of the night, I really just didn't know. A lot of question marks there. Love and Affection. It seemed that they dug the track up a little bit in the middle of the card, and it was kind of taxing on some of the horses. The front end collapsed in her race, and I thought for a second I was going to win. She raced good, finished second, a pretty good closing second, and again, slower mile. Now, tonight, 59, 2 minutes with 59 or 2 minutes with Love and Affection, but raced really well. I was really impressed with her. Purple People Eater was rather pedestrian tonight. You know, she was a little bit short in Dayton. She wasn't short tonight. You know, I'm charging off the car. I got away in a good spot with her. Again, slowing pace. They tapped the brakes coming to the half, but the mile, they went a mile 58 or 59. I thought she should have been a little bit better than that. Usually when we do her feet, she does get a little bit better. So I'll see what Dr. Latessa. I'll talk to Jason a little bit more tomorrow about it. See what Dr. Latessa thinks about her feet and if she needs done. But I expect a little bit better effort out of her. Not a horrible effort tonight. Just beat for second and third, but I thought she was good enough to be second tonight. And then Flashfly, as I said, got the surprise of maybe the summer. It wasn't a windfall. It wasn't a gift. That was a seller's price, somewhere in the middle. That was more, maybe I'll say it like this. What we got tonight for Flashfly, all things included, you know, in the spectrum of being a broodmare, I would say we got maybe a little bit more than fair market value for her right now. When you have to factor in, we got to race her and keep her for another 7 weeks before Harrisburg, and then we have to ship her there and watch her go through the ring, and then pay the commissions to the sale and the consigner. I don't think we did bad tonight. 25.5. She made a little bit tonight, so let's say almost $27,000 for her out the door tonight. I don't think was a horrible amount. Oddly enough, that, if I'm not mistaken, is the exact amount we paid for her. I think it was $27,000. That's weird. Anyway, a fantastic night at the office. Our worst finish was 4th. We had a third. We had 3 wins, 2 seconds, a third, and a 4th. Pretty good night at the office. I'll take that all week long. Tomorrow we got Memento Mori, 3-point blue chip, country dancing, stay close, insider trading. I think almost every one of those horses have a chance tomorrow also. Memento Mori is like 12-1, but that's idiotic. The horse is good enough to be belongs in that class. He's not going to look silly. And as Scott and I had talked about maybe racing him barefoot tomorrow. I don't know if all around or just behind. I'll leave that up to Scott and Eric to talk about. I would say at least he'll race without shoes behind. And if they really want to get experimental, and I know people are going to say, well, the $77,000 race isn't the time to do it, but it may very well be the time to do it. I'm fine with whichever way they want to go. Scott's got to drive them, and Eric's a trainer. Half or all, 2 or 4 feet. It's up to them. But I'm curious. I hope they do, one or the other, and curious to see how that plays out tomorrow. 3-point blue chip's got to be in the right class again. It's the same class he won last week, 5-2. So that's good. Country dancing's in the maiden again, 7-2. I really thought the country dancing would go down to be racing in the bluegrass this week, but we're gonna have to settle with a maiden first. She's got nothing to lose. If Scott comes off the track and says that's it for the season, then I have no problem with that. There's a 2-year-old filly, extremely well bred, that took a 2-year-old mark at 153 and was stakes placed. Nothing to sneeze at. I think she obviously everybody that hasn't won everything or hasn't been a stake horse hasn't lived up to our expectations, but that's just life. I think she's a very good filly and is going to be a very good 3-year-old, whether tomorrow's her last start or shortly thereafter. Stay close. I can guarantee you this guy's bet down 8-5 right away. And then insider trading's in a good spot also. So we should have a good day at the office tomorrow. Friday, Drebin. I didn't talk to Aaron. I shouldn't have to. He won with him last week. Grand Slam Dio marching forth. Interested to see how he's going to race. Grand Slam Dio. I already talked about her. Brace for Landing's in a good spot. Picked a win, I believe, in Dayton. Irresistible Sun is not. There's a couple of killers in there with him. That's going to be a tough race for him. Watch Your Mouth is racing. George of the Jungle will be racing on Friday. And Resolve Indeed also in the Grassroots Constellation. That will be her last start of the year. And then we'll close out the weekend now. Oddly enough, not on this list yet, is Gorgeous Package and Aunt Lily. They'll be racing Saturday evening. Lovers Play and Chevron's Bypass Saturday evening also. And Time Is On My Side Saturday afternoon. So that's what went on tonight. That's what is going on the rest of the week. And obviously the big news is what's coming up. That is the Lexington Select Sale next week at Fasig-Tipton. So with that, I'm going to let you go. It's raining now. I'm going to go home. Well, I am home. I'm going to get in my bed and go to sleep. You should also be in bed. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day, all 23 hours and 20 minutes of it. Take care.